handles. All this pedal. Let's see, yeah, I'm up. I am heading out for a ride on the Multijoy Spaniel E-bike. It is somewhat similar to the other e-bikes that I've done videos on, but there should be a few features that might set it apart from the others. We will see how the ride goes. The first thing I'm noticing is that the frame feels like it's a bit on the small side. I'm about 6 feet tall and just feels a little bit cramped front to back, but we'll see how the comfort is on a longer ride. It is also cutting off around 20 miles per hour. Some of the other bikes are a bit faster. I'm sure there are some settings you can change to get more out of it, but that will be at the cost of battery life. I do have a full battery right now, so I'm going to see how long it lasts based on the riding that I do. I'm doing a bit of a dual sport ride today, heading to some mountain bike trails, but I'm going to ride the road to get to them. I will say the colored screen is a nice touch, and the bright sun is a little bit hard to read, but I can still see it. I did find 2 problems out of the box. One, the lever for the bell was broken, and more importantly, the front disc was bent. It was rubbing really bad. I was able to straighten it out enough to get that rubbing to a minimum. Okay, this is one of the steeper hills around this area on the road, so I'm going to shift down and hopefully help the motor out going up it. Feels like it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but definitely slowing down quite a bit, putting that motor to work. Slowing down to 12 miles an hour now, but makes it without too much of an issue. Not bad. All right, now it's time to take it off road in the dirt. Got some rocks and roots to deal with on this trail, but I think it should handle it as long as I don't push it too hard. Fun downhill section right here. Would be nice to have a dropper post, and at this point, better brakes. I don't trust going too fast, because if anything happens, I can't slow down all that quick. Oh, handles the sand well with these big fat tires though. Got a nice little creek crossing over some rocks, a little bumpy. There's a nice rock roll here, but I'm not sure if the chainring is going to catch if I just roll it normally, and it will. So, got to do a little lifting. All right, here we go. Try to pop. Oh yeah, a little harder than a regular bike, that's for sure. Here is one of the steeper parts on the trail. Got to put some effort in, but gets up there without too much work. This might be a bit rough down these steps. Oh yeah, could still use a bit less air for maximum comfort. Okay, I let just a little more air out, and I'm dropping into the flow line here. Jump that table, no problem. This one, going for it. Oh, yeah, I don't know about jumping this too much. It was smooth enough, but just a little scary feeling. And all those noises on landing. A good reminder not to go too big. Gonna skip out on this last one. But still fun. Just gotta limit yourself a bit. This is where the electric motor really comes in handy. Pull me back up to the top with hardly any effort. Okay, here is a technical line. See how it handles all this jumbled mess. Fat tires eat it up pretty well. Although once again, less pressure would be better there. I just really don't want to get it flat, and I want some cruising speed on the way home. All right, I just tried this hill and didn't quite make it, but also didn't quite record it. So I'm gonna try it again, a little more speed into it. Start pedaling earlier and keep it going, and I'm up. Okay, this might be a lot to ask, but go for it anyway. Oh, the motor. Wasn't sure when the motor was gonna kick on and or off. Try it again. Oh yeah, I'm up and on and down. Okay, that was actually pretty hard. Now here is a real rock garden. Let's see if I can find my way through. Oh, caught the chainring just a hair, but kept it together well enough. It does feel better than the other e-bikes when I ride it a little bit more aggressively, but I don't know exactly how much it will take. Gonna go for the 2-finger braking on this one. I don't love the fork, that is for sure. But one thing I'm noticing in the tight technical trails is that my foot keeps catching on the front fender due to the size of the bike. It's a little bit small. I'm a size 12 and the interference is definitely noticeable. Could be dangerous if it happens at the wrong time. So as you can see here, my foot in my normal position ends up hitting on the fender there. Don't think it would catch the tire, so if I just trim the fender, it should be a lot better. Or if you have a smaller shoe, it's probably not an issue, but I just don't want it to cause a crash. All right, I'm back on the road again, heading home, but I had a lot of fun in the woods, riding the mountain bike trail, riding some trials lines, and it really makes me want a higher end electric mountain bike even more than I already did, but at least I can get a little bit of a taste of it, I guess. Okay, 21 mixed miles, and it still shows 3 bars. It has been on 3 bars for a little while. It would be nice if there was a percentage to have a better feel of what's really left.
It was pretty comfy. I enjoyed the seat, and it was smooth on the bumps. It was a little bit better than the other bike that I ride for comfortable wise, but the other bike goes faster, so that's one thing I do have to say the other bike has on this one.
We might have to try to change that. I noticed that the light on this bike looked bigger and better than the other bikes, so I had to come out and give it a test. It is pretty bright right in the center, but around that center is not all that bright. I don't know how it will look on the camera. That center is also not very big, but it seems like if you needed to get somewhere and the trail wasn't too technical, you'd probably be fine. Definitely fine on the road, but I would want something a little more if you're in the woods. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that because it looks way darker on the camera. Quick road test. If you're just cruising on the road, this should be enough. Hannah is ahead of me on the Multijoy, and we're on a gravel path cruising over to the next town. But I did run the battery until it started cutting out and slowing down. It didn't show that it was dead on the screen. There were still 2 bars. There's 1 bar showing on the indicator on the battery, but that took about 33, 34 miles of very mixed riding. We're getting some city riding in now. How's it feel on the road?
It feels
Pretty smooth.
and comfy, actually.
Comfortable, smooth, good combo. And fast, definitely fast. You definitely feel like you're cheating riding one of these. We're back in the gravel again. Got some turns on this path, but with the fat tires, should have some good traction. And we have a few hills to deal with over here too. Okay, after about 30 mixed miles, well, it was just showing 2 bars, now it's showing 3, but only 1 down there, so it's hard to say exactly what's left. But what'd you think? How was the ride?
It was pretty fun. I had a good time. The seat was pretty comfortable. I thought the bars were a good width. The trail was a little sketchy for me, I'm not gonna lie, but I thought it was fun overall. I don't really like the placement of the bottle cage, especially for short people.
I'm going to wrap up this video with 3 good things and 3 bad things that I've noticed after riding this bike. Starting with the bad, the fork. It just doesn't have a great feel. There is some play between the stanchions and it bottoms out pretty harsh. It's just not suited for very aggressive riding. If you keep it mellow, you'll probably be fine though. The brakes are just not as strong as I'd like, and they don't have as good a feel as I'm used to. I run high-end hydraulic brakes on my mountain bikes, and I've just gotten so used to those that anything less is just not the same. And the battery takes a long time to charge, but those 3 things are very common on this price point of e-bike. On the plus side, the name is sweet. Who doesn't want to have multi-joys in their day? And it reminds me of my grandma. Next, it has a few components that are a little better than some of the other options. Little things like the strap that comes included with the bike for the nice solid rack. It has true Kenda tires, that's a plus. The pedals seem pretty decent. The light is a little more substantial. The screen is colored, and it came with some tools and little things in the box that were a little bit of a bonus. And finally, it's a lot of fun to ride. That may not mean much though, because I can have fun on just about anything with at least 1 wheel, but I did enjoy it enough to keep it around for now.